Hi, I'm Tudz from 4 Eyes Academia, and this is my list of my top 4 romance manga and webtoons of 2020. This story follows the protagonists, Bum and Tae Song, who are two childhood friends who grew distant after a tragedy brought them into the same household. Things get more complicated between them as they enter their final year of high school and end up in the same class, and they're forced to confront their issues with one another. This manual was the perfect remedy for the first lockdown blues I experienced. It's a pretty simple story, but that's what makes it so satisfying at the same time. It's all about Bum and Tae Song's relationship, from estranged childhood best friends to a tentative awkward friendship in their teens to a blossoming friendship and eventual romantic relationship. It's a heartwarming, adorable story. The characters are lovable, especially Bum, and it was very easy to get invested in this world and their relationship. The story also follows the progression of the relationship after high school and after university and into the workplace as adults. So it really does feel like you're growing up with the characters. There are currently 4 seasons out of this webtoon, and by the 3rd season things do get a bit raunchier quite often, so there's a fair warning if you're not into that. But nonetheless, it does remain a really sweet story all the way through. The next series in this list is Blue Flag by Kaito. What starts off as your typical high school love triangle romance quickly becomes so much more. The level of development given to all the protagonists was such a joy to read, and issues such as sexuality and societal expectations were treated with a level of care I really appreciated and actually found quite refreshing for a manga serialized in Shonen Jump. I can't go into too much detail without giving a lot of the plot away, but I can't recommend Blue Flag enough. Not only is it one of my top 4 romance manga of 2020, it's also in my top romance manga of all time. The next entry into my list is True Beauty. After binge watching beauty videos online, shy comic book fan Ju Young masters the art of makeup and sees her social standing skyrocket as she becomes her school's prettiest pretty girl overnight. But will her elite status be short-lived? How long can she keep her real self a secret? And what about that cute boy who knows her secret? Now, this webtoon right here. If you are unfamiliar with the term second lead syndrome, allow me to provide you with a brief description, courtesy of urbandictionary.com. Wanting so desperately for the lead actress of a drama to end up with the better guy, but you always know that she's going to end up with the lead bad guy in the end, usually goes with the feelings of either wanting to curl up and cry over your ramen, knock someone's teeth in, or both. With this definition in mind, part of the reason why this webtoon was so addictive is because both Suho and Seojun, the candidates for Ju Young's affections, are so amazing in their own right. This webtoon was actually recommended to me by fellow classmate Abby, and I was actually put off for a while due to the amount of chapters that were out. I think there were over 100 chapters at the time. However, it took me no time at all to binge this webtoon. Ju Young as a protagonist is just so easy to root for. You just want nothing more than for her to win, whether it's with her studies, her career, her future, and of course her love life. She's funny, bright, kind-hearted, almost to a fault, which is a cause for drama quite often, and at times just really relatable. There is absolutely no excuse for you not to be reading True Beauty right now, but even if you don't like reading, you're in luck because a drama just recently started streaming. And we're getting 2 episodes a week, so you know what to do. Last, but definitely not least, we have Sweat and Soap. It's obviously Sweat and Soap. I'm currently savoring every panel and every page of this series. Sweat and Soap is basically everything I like in a romance manga. I am obsessed with Asako and Natori's relationship. This manga features realistic scenarios and problems, well-written and developed protagonists in Natori and Asako, and a story and love that progresses organically and so wonderfully, with some steamier elements weaved into the story the whole way through. One of the highlights of reading this for me is the open communication Asako and Natori have, the way they resolve conflicts and work through the issues. It's so refreshing to read a love story like this. You don't get any of the misunderstandings that you can easily find in your typical shoujo romance, and when they do appear, they're not drawn out for drama's sake. If you love Wotakoi, which is another all-time favourite romance manga of mine, and you yearn for romance manga featuring more mature characters outside of a high school setting in a more relatable workplace setting, then you're going to love Sweat and Soap. So that wraps up my top 4 favourite romance manga of 2020. Make sure you check out the other top 4 videos from the rest of 4 Eyes, and let me know in the comments what your favourite romance manga of this year has been and what you would recommend to me, and I'll see you next year. Bye!